Welcome to the Monster Hunter Podcast Show. It's episode 68 and it's April 2012. Hi and welcome to the podcast. I'm Krystian from Game Design Reviews and Game Design Scrapbook.
Hey everyone, this is Shepard. The Reapers
are coming!
Look out, radioactive man.
That came out of nowhere.
Toxic
Nice.
Avenger.
The goggles, they do nothing.
Hello, I'm Noxella, also from Social... Wait, nobody said that. Did anyone say there? Oh.
You're it. We got.
We gotcha. We are all
You have the conch.
Oh, does that mean
Conch.
I'm that guy, I forget his name, and you guys are gonna end up breaking the conch and then I'm gonna die?
What is a conch?
It's a big shell you would find on the beach.
Aha, I see. You already created a segue there.
Are you saying are you Piggy? Are we gonna drop? Well, spoiler alert. Are we gonna Lord of the Flies you?
Maybe some crabs will.
Yeah, likely.
Oh gosh, this is getting so self-referential now.
Don't forget cool drinks.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. So today we are going to fight Monster Hunter Freedom Unite because we are cycling them through. I don't know if it's really Monster Hunter Freedom Unite's turn this time around, but anyway, we are going to fight in Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, and we're gonna. Should we say it right now? What we're going to fight today? Is that a good idea? You think?
I think they'll be okay with that.
Okay, we are going to do crabs only. Crabs all the way up and all the way down. It's all the way crabs to the bottom and stuff like that. I'm gonna grab some cool drinks right now because Nexella said so, and he's a wise man.
This is celebrating the PlayStation 3.
Yes,
Giant enemy
crabs like Japanese. It's basically based on Japanese history.
Yeah, these are real events.
Yes.
What?
Yes. This is live from Japan.
What?
This is really the replacement for the textbooks in Japanese history.
Yeah. They're basically have crabs in there, like crab chips. Do you like crab chips, guys?
Like crab flavored potato chips?
Yeah.
Have you ever eaten them, Shepard?
I have.
I've eaten really gross tasting, like seafood flavored chips, and you can kind of guess what I thought of them.
Okay,
really gross.
So Nexella, can you explain how the crab chips work?
They're crab flavored chips? I don't know.
But aren't they like kind of special? Because I once made them myself, and you get them like
What?
Yeah, that's crazy. You get them like in these. You have like these small pucks, right? Like hockey pucks, but they're white, and you put them.
Gross.
I know, crazy. They're small, and you put them like in your frying pan, and they kind of blossom into those crazy chips.
Oh, it's super gross. You're eating crab pucks.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's a bit weird, but it's super tasty as well. It's so tasty.
Yeah, crab pucks.
Okay, I'm super confused right now. Where I'm supposed to go?
Where we are.
But there are two monsters.
Oh, they're both crabs.
You want to solo the crab?
Yeah,
Or
I'm gonna.
Krystian on crabs?
I don't have a map. Wait a minute. Have you guys picked a high rank monster?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm not a high rank monster hunter.
Oh, aren't
You
you in
are.
high rank?
No.
Yeah, you are.
You'd have to be, otherwise you wouldn't be able to do this quest. Have you not gotten high rank gear yet, Chris?
Yeah, it's
Oh.
not. Oh, it's not. Oh, wow. Well, that's what's.
Are you using a G rank weapon?
No.
No. I'm using the true Devil Slicer. It is rarity 7.
That was a fast kill.
Oh gosh, guys.
Well, you know what?
I'm gonna spend this entire quest just trying to get to you guys because I don't have a map.
Seriously, I think I'm better at Monster Hunter the less I play it. If I haven't played it in a couple of weeks, I do awesome. But like, the more I play Frontier, the worse I get at this game.
Oh, there's some dung here. I think. I'm gonna get some dung for my garden. Screw you guys.
Whatever you want. Actually, I like coming to the desert and getting done because there are a lot of spots where you can get it.
Yeah, and you can get wyvern droppings as well.
Is that your favorite dung spot, guys?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
No, this one is right here.
Oh, I do like that dung spot. You're right, there are a lot of dung gathering spots. I usually just got it from the Snowy Mountain. Because there's that one little spot that I like grabbing it from. Just in a little corner.
Well, if it's frozen, then it doesn't stink so much. That's true.
Yeah, you can barely even tell, you know?
you can barely even tell that it's done.
Yeah, you just like carried a big armful of it. It's like, whatever, it's got frozen poop.
Yeah, it could be just as well. It could be a stone.
Yeah, may as well.
It could be like mouthwash as well, or soap.
Yeah, that's gross.
Whoa, alright, you know, because you're going to be in that shower and that hot water is going to be running over you and that stuff's going to start thawing out and getting all milk.
But speaking of history, and we were talking about history recently, and today I just discovered the most crazy game, well, not the most crazy game, but one very crazy game. Have you guys ever heard about the game called Crusader Kings?
Nope, but you linked it to us earlier.
Yes. Have you seen the video?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
Okay, so I'm going to explain how I got it. There is this podcast called Gamers with Jobs.
Oh, that sounds like something I should be interested in.
You should be. It's a very good, a very well made podcast, and those guys are a little bit into like strategy games. So Crusader Kings 2 is a game that is one of those hardcore strategy games where it's about simulating a piece of history, basically. So it's like you see like Europe in in the medieval ages, and you're one of the dukes during the Europe of medieval ages, and your job is to basically conquer everything.
Can we conquer Cologne?
Yes. Literally, you can do, because it's super detailed. You can, like, every little province and every little city is like modeled in this game. But the cool thing, whoa!
Rest in peace.
That was a insta kill.
Can we have like a Prince Krystian?
Yeah, totally. You can do everything because you're a nobleman in Europe, and the cool thing is about it, it's not like Civilization. In Civilization, you normally have like you have like military and you just kill everybody, and it's like boring. No, it's not boring, but it's kind of like it gets stale very quickly. In Crusader Kings, and that's the thing that really surprised me is that it focuses very much on like lineage.
Ooh.
So the thing is that your job is not really to like conquer everything, but your job is to keep your lineage alive. So when you get a son, then when you die, you continue playing as your son.
So as long as your bloodline remains alive, you can continue the game.
Exactly.
Interesting.
And then by arranging marriages between your sons and daughters to like different counts and different kings and stuff like that, you can get like very powerful alliances.
Can you continue playing even if it's like just like this weird random like third nephew of yours?
Yeah, totally. You can just continue going on forever.
Gary, like in any other world, would like be like working at some trailer park, like eating Cheetos, but because he's related to you, continue playing as the dynasty.
It's totally like this. It's you can. The thing is that you also have like prestige points. So you should
eating
aim.
Cheetos in the trailer park not going to get you a lot of prestige points.
No. So there is, but it's more like it's like a high score thing in this regard. It's really just about trying to start in like some random place in Europe and trying to figure out like the complex relationships between all these dukes and all these noblemen, and trying to continue a legacy and stuff like that. It's really, really interesting because it's super complicated.
So like, what's your goal when you start that game? Like, all right, I'm going to do, like, I'm gonna make only the Christian bloodline exist in Cologne. I'm gonna blow up France. Like, what are you going for?
You can do whatever you want. You can actually set your own ambitions. Ooh. So it's like a self-defined quest for you, and once you achieve it, you get additional points.
I want a Christian in every household.
Well, maybe
every man, woman, and child will wear a chin strap in my honor.
That's a very noble goal, but I don't think it goes that deep. The things that I achieved.
I'm gonna mod it so that there'll be like an X factor. The X factor will be presents like chin strap. Yes, no, maybe.
There are some really amazing beards in this game, I must admit. But there aren't chin straps.
Then there aren't any amazing beards.
Oh, okay, yeah, but they're like really woolly and
like really woolly chin straps.
Well,
that should be our punk rock band name, Krystian. One woolly chin strap.
Oh man, we should do this. We should totally do this. Woolly chin strap on tour right now.
You do the electric guitar. I'll play the harpsichord.
I'm gonna play. Always wanted to be animals from the Muppets.
Oh, you can be animal. That's cool. Mm-hmm. Don't worry about it. He's got He's got a chin strap, doesn't he?
He has a beard, I guess.
Yeah,
a woolly beard.
Yeah. He's the premier woolly chin strap.
Okay, so basically, that's all. I found it really fascinating. It was basically. Have you guys watched Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones. That's I read about the card game actually that was released. Actually, I think there's multiple.
Yeah, there's like a card game and a board game, something like that.
Yeah, the board game seemed super interesting. The way that it was set up, and that you had multiple objectives you could do in order to proceed. There's like, of course, it's all about getting victory points.
Yeah.
And then there's like political victory points, combat victory points, and then I think subterfuge victory points. Does that sound right, Krystian?
I'm not really familiar with all the games
in
particular.
Something like that. But it seemed like a really well-designed game. I mean, it seems like something that might have suffered from balance problems, and that, of course, if there's one... Because, like, there are multiple families, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if, like, you've got one family member that's, like, totally going to destroy everyone, you know, that...
Yeah, I heard that there's like the board game is very complicated, and that there are indeed some kind of like issues with once games are complicated, then there inevitably somebody finds some kind of weird exploit.
Yeah, you get some nerd running Excel spreadsheets on that, and it just ruins everything.
You are the kind of nerd that would do this.
I know, totally.
See, that's why I think you would enjoy Crusader Kings, because it's just looking at spreadsheets, just looking at like family trees, and figuring out where to put your stepson, so you can get like additional troops for conquering this weird nation. But yeah, I mentioned Game of Thrones because it kind of reminds me very much of the TV series, because the TV series is also about this. There's a battle going on, and alliances, and there's like a claim to the throne going on thing, and it's a bastard son of third grade, blah. I don't know. I really don't understand, but it's kind of like this intrigue going on, and it's basically like the Game of Thrones simulator in historic Europe.
That does sound very fun. I mean, especially you may be slightly tilted that way. From what I understand, European gamers are used to having that sort of complexity in their games. For whatever reason, there's that culture there. Who knows how it started, if it's something that's just endemic in the sort of board games you guys are used to. Like, growing up in the United States, we're all, checkers.
Yeah, there's
Candyland.
Like, there's like this idea of German board games, which is kind of like like very complicated, or more complicated games than checkers. But yeah, I think in this regard, it's more like this PC gaming thing. Which again,
and certainly like the Russian game developers are maybe that bastion of gaming that so much of the Kickstarter is going alive about. Like, you don't need a Kickstarter. You just need to give some Russian dude like $5,000 and he'll pump you out the next wasteland. He doesn't care.
Yeah, and or some kind of really crazy strategy tank simulator.
Oh yeah, all the time, definitely. Did my crab run away? No, my crab is still here.
Am I so good that I paralyze these guys?
Yeah, you got him.
Wow, I'm actually useful in here.
Yeah, well, crabs are super weak to paralysis anyways. It's very helpful to have. It's
like
a full 15 seconds, right there, Maxella? More or less?
I have no idea.
Nexala today is just like, don't care.
I've never really bothered memorizing those figures.
Oh, not like I have, or...
I haven't either! What are you talking about?
There.
Nexala, you have been playing this Persona game, right?
Persona.
Similar to Persona, yeah. Devil Survivor 2.
Yes.
Oh, have you not finished that yet? Well,
Nope.
you're a college man.
Part of it is like, you know how you get new demons you can fuse every couple levels or so?
Yeah.
It's basically, I keep trying to make every new demon, so...
Yeah, that'll take a while.
Yeah, like, resummoning monsters to fuse again costs a lot of money.
It can be time consuming. You gotta do a lot of grinding.
Yep.
So it's like chocobo breeding.
Hopefully not that bad. Trying to get the gold chocobo there, Naxella? You know, I effortlessly got a gold chocobo when I was in 7th grade. Effortless. I had no problem. I went on the internet like a couple years later, and like all these people wait, I can't get a gold chocobo. You know how you get a gold chocobo? You have winners. You have winners breed, okay? And when that happens, you get a winning chocobo. All this crap, like, I gotta keep fitting them crystal greens. No, win. Go out there and win.
Nice, Shepard. I'm really proud of you.
That's what I said. I'm like, I want an awesome chocobo. I'm gonna keep breeding winning awesome chocobos. Effortless.
Number one.
Number one. Easy.
So is Devil Survivor like breeding chocobos? How does it work?
I actually never played the breeding chocobos.
How could you? How dare you? You're no longer
the only
part of this
Sony
podcast.
systems that I've ever had are PS3 and PlayStation Portable.
Well, then you can play.
Schrader much?
Okay, Nexella, here's your homework for you. You have to download Final Fantasy VII on PS1 Classic, then you have to get a gold chocobo.
No, never. Why are you hitting me?
Because you have to get the gold chocobo. I don't want to stop hitting you unless you get a golden chocobo. Where are you? Come here.
It's really pretty easy, and the thing is like, once you get Knights of the Round, the game is pretty much over.
Oh yeah, totally.
Mostly for your... I mean, it's an awesome summon. It's like, hey, there goes another 1 minute of my life.
Yeah, it's like the summon that takes 1 minute long. But then, it's really powerful once it's finished.
Yeah, it's kind of worth it. But then you try using an emerald weapon, and he counterattacks by hitting you with some like nearly instantly deadly attack. You kind of really regret that decision.
Oh, Final Fantasy VII is such a nice game.
It's pretty good. I mean, it's the beginning of an era. I mean, it defined a lot of people's attitudes and feelings towards RPGs, what an RPG is supposed to be.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I think we're mostly of the age range where we started on the console RPGs just before that. Super Nintendo, what have you.
Yeah, definitely.
That's not to diminish what Final Fantasy VII did. I know a guy that legitimately wants to get a Sephiroth tattoo on his back.
No.
Still, yeah, he is maybe 1 year younger or older than me, and he's like, I'm totally gonna get the Sephiroth one-winged angel on my back. I'm like, that's such a good idea. It's like I'm a married man with like a career, and he's like, oh yeah, like my goal, Sephiroth.
Sounds badass.
Dude.
Oh, nice! You killed it for us. Thanks, Shepard.
He kept running away. He was a jerk.
Oh.
like a one-winged angel would.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So why are we talking about Devil Survivor, right?
Yeah.
So how does it work?
So it's like most other games in the series where you get demons, and they're just demons or fairies or angels, some kind of mythological figure from pretty much any mythological source. Like,
Really, what's the mythological source behind Mara, Noxella? What's Mara? What is that? Mythology?
a Buddhist demon.
Really? Buddhist? What does it represent?
There was a demon who tried to tempt Buddha, and one of the things he did was use his daughters to try to seduce Buddha.
Sounds legit.
Did it involve a wagon? Was it a wagon? Was Buddha in the wagon?
Aren't you supposed to be the one that condones the PG-13 aspect of this podcast?
Is that true? Okay, just check. I'm just. I don't know. I'm gonna know the historical source, and it seems like I'll let you go with that.
See, guys, it seems like I'm completely clueless about this because I never played a Persona game in my life.
Don't look up Mara.
I'm gonna look up Mara right now.
No, don't
Mara.
do it. Don't do it.
Why? How do you spell Mara?
Can you get it in Devil Survivor? Does he show up?
I don't think so.
Because that would be horrible, like in a little kid's DS game. Two words for you.
What the rating is.
Whoa! What the?
Peanut Chariot. There, I said it.
No, come on. I have to edit
is.
this. Okay, never mind. Is that actually in the game?
Yeah, that's
it's
in
not in Devil Survivor, but it's in some
Persona
other games.
3. Is it in Persona 4?
Probably. I don't know.
It's in Persona 3 Festival, and I don't know if it's in Persona 4. It probably is.
But the game is PG what?
Yeah, I think they're all rated M. I think.
Oh, interesting.
They're either teen or M. I don't know.
I know. I got Persona 3 Portable, and I never really got all that far into it because, I already beaten Persona 3 before. But I understand there's some super questionable relationships between the female protagonists and Ken. Like, wasn't he like an 11-year-old boy?
Don't worry about it.
I never got there. I just said like there's some questionable relationships. I don't know how I feel about that. Well, I know exactly how I feel about that. I don't like that. That's bad. I do not approve.
Yeah, most people don't.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's interesting because there's so many games. I'll throw it out there. Corpse Party. They have weird Lolita-esque aspects to it, and I feel like there's so much less backlash against that than there was the stuff going on in Persona 3 Portable. Because it's not like a double standard. Because they're both, I'm sure, frowned upon. But you didn't hear any backlash about Corpse Party. Although I don't know how many people played that game.
Oh man, I'm not really familiar with that title either.
Yeah, I've never heard of the game.
Oh, it's related. It was released on PlayStation Network. It's like a kind of like a graphic novel thing. It looks like something that was made in RPG Maker. So if you know anything about RPG Maker, you walk around, you pick up things, and you click on other things, and then you advance the story forward.
Well, you mean To the Moon totally vindicated any RPG Maker things for me. It's totally valid way to create games.
Right. So basic premise of the story: class of children and their teacher perform a ghost story ritual, end up into like an alternate ghost world school, and all getting separated, and they're constantly trying to avoid ghosts and angry spirits of other children that are trying to kill them. And the horrible thing is that when you die, you feel that sort of pain forever for the rest of your life.
Oh wow.
And there's all sorts of like journal entries that you continue to read them. You actually end up enacting one of them. Whatever happens at the end, it's like there's one journal entry totally about cannibalism, and that ends very poorly. That does not end well.
How does a story about cannibalism end well?
It does not end well.
How could it end well?
Hufu, human flavored tofu. It could end all right that way, but it does not end that way. It ends with human flavored human.
Oh gosh, this sounds wow. This sounds
Well,
like it's pushing the boundaries right there.
I did a little research in the game afterwards. I found out it's actually, you can play it for free. It was released for free on the computer, and then it was just redone for the PlayStation Portable. And I don't know if there's like extra graphics, something like that. The premise is about the same, although they did a great job on it. The pixel art is really good.
So you can get it on PSN?
Yeah, I mean, I got it when it was fairly new. I got it back in, I think it was November. Sometime around November or December. And I enjoyed playing it through, but there are some things that go on with the main character's little sister having a big crush on her older brother.
Oh, wow.
I think that's a fairly common thing in Japanese manga.
Well, not in every manga. In certain kinds of mangas.
not every kind, but there is that aspect there, and I just don't really know where that comes from. I don't know, like just like Germans or most more Europeans in general prefer more complicated board games and possibly strategy games. A lot of Japanese comics and games feature a little brother-sister love, and I just don't like. What is that? Like what?
Well, guys, you do not meet the requirements to join this quest.
Oh, well.
Oh.
You want to go without me?
No.
Sometimes.
No, that's not true. I dare you.
Sometimes. Wow, Nexella, you're pretty spiffy.
Don't mind me.
Can I talk about Dungeon Crawl?
Yes, please.
I don't know what to say about it other than it's a game that everyone should play.
You mean
playing.
Stone Soup?
Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Stone Soup is the community developed version. There's two versions. They're actually ported to many different computer systems, and you could even play a online web tile version, which is a very fun way to play because you could actually have people observing you play, which could be very educational. But what was I going to say? There's two versions. There's Lindley's Dungeon Crawl, Lindley was the original developer of Dungeon Crawl. Mm-hmm. He got it up through some betas, but of course he was only one man. He could never finish the whole thing. And now a community has begun to develop it, just like there's a community that develops NetHack, which is another. What the heck are we doing? Are we? What?
Let's kill the King Shakalaka.
Yes.
Okay.
And deliver 3 select mushrooms.
Yes.
Okay, we'll do that. Okay, so in any case, it boils down. It's another roguelike. So if you're familiar at all with some of the roguelikes that have been released on the PSP or DS, like Shiren the Wanderer, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon, anything with dungeon in the name probably is a roguelike.
You mean Dungeon Keeper?
No, no, it is not the witching hour. The thing that's so interesting about it is there's such a diversity of play styles in it that if you were to play a random character every time, it would take you basically until it would just take forever to play through every single type of character you could, because you have Felids, which are just like cats. They can't use any weapons or just about anything else other than wands. And you have to just run around playing all cat-like biting things. There are octopuses you could play that can't wear armor, but they have 8 tentacles, so they can wear 8 magic rings at one time, which can be very powerful later on.
Shepard is really into it.
Oh man, there's centaurs, there's draconians, there's demon spawn, which level up very slowly, but get all sorts of demon-like powers as they get up in level. And then the actual combat isn't too crazy diverse in that you're more or less limited toward melee attacks, spell attacks, or just like range attacks with like bows and arrows and javelins and things like that. But even beyond that, you can really diversify yourself by choosing the god you worship, and even there it starts getting super, super specific.
Where did you go, Shepard? I don't see you.
I don't know where we're following.
Where are you going to? I'm following you.
I don't know. I've done this quest before.
Beep. I'm beeping.
Okay.
You not see me beeping?
Okay, I see you beeping. We gotta go up here.
I don't have a map. Even if I see you beeping, I don't know how to get there.
Okay, anyways, basic premise of a roguelike is everything is turn-based.
Yes.
So you move once, all the other enemies move about at the same time. Some things can be a little bit faster, some things are a little bit slower, but it's more or less one for one. And I think one of the most interesting gods that they added to the game is this god that will actually purposely slow you. So normally you could pretty effectively run from anything, but when you select this god, for every one step you take, every other monster takes 3.5 steps. So all of a sudden, like, you're committed. Like, if you run into a group of monsters, like, you're either going to kill them or they're going to just out and out murder you. I don't know, just things like that. Like, being able to have to, like, really sit down and think about each decision. Like, what is the most optimal thing to do in this situation? Like, if you're the person that plays Monster Hunter because you like numbers, like, trying to optimize your setup as much as possible, this is a game to try. You know, it's completely free. Anyone who can play the web tiles version, just about anyone should be able to find a version that will run on their computer. It has no system requirements, as best I know.
Yeah. It's pretty open. I would recommend the Stone Soup edition because it's
you'll
most
find.
accessible, I think.
Well, if you try to download Dungeon Crawl, the version you're going to find is that version I'm playing right now. It's version 0.10.
Sea Shepherd, since last time we were talking about roguelikes, I actually tried a couple of them.
Yeah, I was super excited to hear that.
So Stone Soup wasn't my favorite one, I must admit, and there is a very simple reason for that. And you mentioned things like Surrender Wanderer and stuff like that, and I feel like this is a little bit unfair because Surrender Wanderer is like on a console, and it's actually quite usable.
Where everything's designed around what limited inputs you have on a controller.
Exactly, and what really put me off, and maybe that's just my perspective as a kind of like somebody who really thinks a lot about interface design. But what really puts me off with these old school roguelikes is that it's so difficult to control them. Because like every command is like on a different keyboard, and sometimes, for me as a German, as somebody who uses a German keyboard, you know, some of the keys just don't exist or are on different places and stuff like that. And I'm even using it like a Mac, which is even worse because the Mac keyboard just doesn't have certain things, doesn't have a numpad.
I could see it be very off-putting. In fact, I learned how to play that. Dungeon Crawl using a Dvorak keyboard setup.
Oh, wow! That's crazy.
So I couldn't even directly one-to-one look at the keyboard and see what I'm going to do. I had to memorize it.
Okay, Shepard,
rote.
that sounds like a story to tell. Why the hell a Dvorak keyboard layout?
It's more efficient. There's less strain on your hands when you're typing.
You actually can type Dvorak.
Oh yeah, of course I could touch type it. If I couldn't touch type it, I'd be pretty screwed whenever I went anywhere else.
You actually using a Dvorak keyboard right now?
No, it's a QWERTY keyboard, but I use the Dvorak layout.
Wow, that's amazing.
So you go right into the Windows options. You can do it on any computer. Just set up Dvorak there.
And you're doing it? Right
and
now?
I play Dungeon Crawl with Dvorak. No problem.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I learn new things about you every day.
No whining. No whining. I can do it with Dvorak. You can do it with the German keyboard. No problem.
Okay, still, it's not really. It takes. And also, one other thing that I found, there are like really important differences between the different roguelikes. So I feel like
they all have different goals.
No. I mean like stylistic differences. So, for example, the NetHack and Dungeon Crawl roguelikes are the ones where you can play for a very, very, very long time.
Yeah, you can assume most people that are relatively good at the game, it will still take them about 8 hours to beat the game.
Yeah.
From start to finish. It'll take them, at least 8 hours from, like, I'm starting up to I've gotten all of the things I needed in order to ascend, which is to escape the first level of the game with whatever item, MacGuffin that you needed to get in there in the first place.
Yeah, so these are like these epic quests that can take a very, very long time.
Absolutely, yeah.
And there's like this other philosophy of developing a roguelike, which is having like these roguelikes where, which are very short, but where you die very frequently.
Well, you die very frequently in those other roguelikes too.
Well,
There's no doubt about it.
Some people said that if you, I kind of did some research, and some people said that if you know what you do, then you can have a character and keep up the character in in Dungeon Crawl or in NetHack. You can keep him up for a very, very long time.
I would say if you play a much more reliable race in Dungeon Crawl, that is absolutely true. And for NetHack, similarly, if you're playing a very reliable combination and you know all the spoilers, you should be able to ascend nearly 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Because the NetHack, unlike Dungeon Crawl, has some very specific, very fixed level designs, and that you're guaranteed certain items and certain encounters at different points in the game. Dungeon Crawl is similar in that you have certain branches that are almost guaranteed every time, but the enemies and the items that you encounter on your way down there can be very varied. And so the biggest danger in every roguelike is encountering an out-of-depth monster. And if you get something like that in Dungeon Crawl, I think that's much more likely to happen in Dungeon Crawl than it is in NetHack. Depending on how you respond, spoiler alert, run like hell. You could end up dying at a point in the game when really you shouldn't have, and that's really the mentality that's hard to break, as at least an American gamer. I don't know if it's global, is that we want to kill everything we see.
Yeah.
Hard to shake it, but when I see something in Dungeon Crawl, I just want to say, how am I going to kill that, as opposed to saying, I'm in danger, I should run. And that's something that, even though I've been playing the game off and on for maybe 6 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, off and on. Not never like in one go. I've only ascended a couple guys, so I've only beaten the game a couple times. But there's some people that say, they claim to beat the game like 50% of the time, and you'll see people online beating the game like 5 or 6, 7 times in a row.
Wow.
And with that sort of with the randomness that's inherent in a roguelike, that's very impressive.
Yeah, I'm watching like lots Let's Play videos on different roguelikes, and I'm like always amazed, by the strategies that those guys have, like hugging the walls and stuff like that. It's really crazy what.
Yeah. There's all sorts of corner tricks you could do. Yeah. Being able to exploit enemy AI is, of course, always very important. Of course, the different enemies in the game have different AI. Dungeon Crawl was criticized in the very beginning because it had some very simplistic AI and some very exploitable things you could do. Like you could drop one piece of gold and the enemy would pick it up, which would give you just enough time to run away so they couldn't catch you. But they've gotten rid of things like that, and they've varied up the enemy AI so they'll move in more random, more interesting ways, and they've added different abilities that the enemies have that they can inflict on you.
So one of the things I checked multiple roguelikes, and one of the roguelikes I would definitely recommend for somebody who just is new to the genre. Well, I would recommend 2. One of them we actually already discussed, which is the Doom RPG roguelike.
Oh yes, yeah, absolutely. That's probably I don't want to call it baby's first roguelike because that's insulting to Doom roguelike.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a fun and easily accessible roguelike that anyone could start getting into. And that's going to be your gateway drug into roguelikes.
Yeah, and it's fun playing by itself. There are multiple difficulty levels, so you can start at the easiest one and see if you can get it all the way through on the easiest one. And once you get there, you can start the more difficult ones. And it's also like in a universe that you might be familiar with because it's Doom. It looks nice because there's like these tiles made actually by a famous indie game developer called Derek Hughes. So there's lots of things to love there, and I really love the sound effects. It's not really
so good with those sound effects.
Yeah,
man.
It's not really common to have sound effects on roguelike, and they really add a lot of like this physicality to roguelikes that really they need.
I don't know if you noticed it, Krystian, but there's locational sound in the game.
Locational sound.
Yeah, you can. If you listen very carefully, you'll hear noises from monsters, and that will help you determine where they are on the map.
Totally, but because it's just like in the real Doom, like you see like this, hear this, these kind of sounds that monsters make, so that warn you that there are some monsters nearby. Yeah, so that's one of the roguelikes I would recommend. The other one would be one that I found, and I'm really falling in love with this one. It's called Broke.
Broke.
It's like Rogue, but with a B in front of it, or maybe it's like
like Brogue.
Yeah, it's like bro,
like a brony rogue.
Yeah, yo, bro, let's broke out, man.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's not about brodies. It's a very standard roguelike in some regard, but it's incredibly polished in terms of interface. And even though it's using ASCII graphics, it's really beautiful. So it has like things like lightning effects. So sometimes, like in the levels, when you get down very very deep into the levels, there's like lava, and the lava is glowing, and you can see like the glow, like irradiating like all the rooms and stuff like that. There's also some beautiful like environments, like there's like hanging bridges over like a cliff and stuff like that. There's like some very very awesome details about how the levels are generated, which really add to a lot of flavor. And there are not too many enemies actually, so you only fight always just a couple of enemies, but all of the enemies have like their own like kind of like in Monster Hunter in some regard. Like all the enemies have like their own characteristics.
So they have some sort of weakness for defining trait.
Not only that, also the behavior is like very different. So for example, there are monkeys in this game. And the monkeys...
You fight them? You fight the monkeys?
Yes, you fight the monkeys.
You monster.
But the monkeys will steal items from you, and they will like approach you, and they will steal an item. Then they will run away from you, and you start chasing the monkey. But the monkey is exactly the same speed as you are, so you have to corner him. And
then beat him to death?
Well, yeah. Then you kill the monkey.
Monster.
But the cool thing is that you can actually even sometimes you find enemies that are trapped by other enemies. And you can free them, and then they become your buddies.
Ooh, I like that.
So you can have like a monkey as a buddy.
Ooh, will they steal items too, or that's one?
No, when it's your buddy, then it won't steal any items anymore. Not even from the enemies, which is kind of disappointing. But it's kind of these kind of, or like for example, there are some enemies who are like sacks of poisonous gas. So when you kill them, like the entire room starts filling with poisonous gas.
Oh, and you got to seal the room off. You just got to get the heck out of Dodge.
You have to get out of the room as quickly as possible, but you can use them also strategically. So if there's like a group of enemies, you can lure the poison sac monster in between them, and they can just poison the entire room.
Smart. I like that. There's something like that in Dungeon Crawl too. There's a gas spore that they've actually upgraded him since the game first came out, but he will explode all over the place. Yeah. That can be very unfortunate. And then he releases like mushrooms. I don't know what the mushrooms do, but I don't think they're good.
Well, it sounds like a similar idea there. But there's some really really wonderful dynamics going on in this game. I tried a lot of roguelikes, and this is one of. It's very simple in some regard because there's not so much monsters, not so much systems. There's not even like a character generation going on.
Is there a skill system? Can you like specify like whether you're using magic, swords and shields, ranged weapons, things like that, or no? Does that development happen naturally?
No, you pick up weapons and you equip them, but you don't specify like your character traits or stuff like that. You don't roll your character. There are no character abilities. Everything is defined by equipment. Quite like Monster Hunter in that regard.
Ooh, okay, I can definitely see where that the allure with that is. That's nice, in a way that almost even enhances the randomness that you'll find in a roguelike, and that all of a sudden, like, because that element of chance is, I think, what attracts a lot of people to Monster Hunter anyways, is getting that one random drop you're hoping for.
Yeah.
Playing a roguelike is that every single time. Every room, you're rolling those dice. God, I wonder if this is going to be professional Monster Hunter gambling.
See,
the dystopian Japanese future.
I like how we create these parallels because then again, because the monsters are so, it kind of develops strategies against the monsters. So there are like magician monsters who you have to kill a magician because he will start spawning like magic monsters, but the magic monsters disappear as soon as the magician is dead. So you have to kill the magician himself, but he's kind of like trying to avoid you. So there's like strategies you have to develop to kill certain monsters.
Does he purposely block you with his own monsters?
Oh yeah,
he'll avoid okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. He will like run away from you and then will spawn the sword monsters, and then you can start. That's a cool thing about roguelikes. When you start getting like these special items that create like this weird effects, like I don't know, a wand that will create a hole underneath a monster, and then he will fall through the floor.
Will you find him in the next level?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. Ooh, that's really cool. That's a really interesting ability. Because like you might make it even harder for yourself.
Or maybe like a wand that will turn a monster into a different monster.
Yeah, the polymorph wands. Those are.
This is so fun. You just
that's definitely rolling the dice too.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, this is this difficult, I don't know, magician dude. I'm gonna turn him into something else. Oh wait, it's a vampire. It's killed me with one hit.
Yeah. Usually, you'll polymorph it, and it'll polymorph into something of an approximately the same hit dice. Which, unless it's something, at least in Dungeon Crawl, like a Hydra, not ever something you want to do anyways. Because you're better off of a hell you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. So, as for beginners, as for somebody who never really played too much roguelikes, these are the ones I would definitely recommend for starters. And these were the ones I would probably play more. Broke and Doom RL.
And when we're ready to step up for the big leagues, Dungeon Crawl. I never got into NetHack, but it's you can't really be disrespecting on that game.
Yeah, it's kind of like the grandfather of everything.
Yeah, it's been around forever and ever and ever.
Oh man,
it's been in constant development for like.
That's what really shocks me, that people have
20 years.
That people have been working on these for such a long time. By the way, why are we fighting a pink Rathian and not a crab?
Because there are only 2 crabs in high rank that you have access to.
Oh, so it's my fault now.
No.
Okay.
It's my fault.
Okay, yeah, that's good. I like how you what?
It's like a relationship with the girl.
Oh, okay.
She'll say that it's not your fault, but it actually is.
I know what you mean, bro.
I heard Gabe Newell is a brony.
Oh gosh, really?
Would that make sense, Krystian?
Well, it would, but I'm not really a fan of Gabe Newell for some reason.
What?
I'm sorry.
Hater, don't let him hear that. He's gonna pull all the traumas off of Steam.
You're right. I love Gabe Newell. He's my best friend.
Well, I mean, he may very well also be a major fan of the Monster Hunter video podcast.
Why do you think so?
You don't know that.
Maybe he could. Yeah. If you're listening to this, Gabe Newell, we enjoy Steam very much. And
yeah, I got it installed on my computer. What about it?
And Portal was cool as well.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to buy a Steam box. Whenever you guys release that, I'll buy one. What the hell?
But Half-Life hyped?
No, yeah, Half-Life 2. It was fun when it first came out, and then you played it like 2 years later, and you're like, "What the heck is with all these physics puzzles?" Yeah. Whoever thought those would be fun?
Or these vehicle sessions?
I've got sections. A brick. I'm gonna put this brick on this very conspicuously designed lever. Now I can stand on the lever and go up.
Well, we'll be hating a little bit on this, but there are some really
Thanks,
cool...
Gabe.
Also, silent protagonist doesn't really work. I'm sorry.
No, I don't mind the silent protagonist. I was okay with that.
I thought silent protagonist was
maybe
good.
He's.
Huh? What?
I mean, I'm not gonna. I was gonna make a really bad joke, but I'm gonna stop myself.
Shepard, you instead of making a joke, you turn into a robot. Oh no!
You broke out from the group.
You guys broke from the group. No.
I don't I don't think we're going to be in the same guild hall anymore, Christian.
You're sure?
Krystian has returned from a quest.
Of course
Oh.
we are. No problem, man.
That's the power of love.
That's the power of love. A dream from above. It's the power of love. I just had two different songs in here.
Is there anything I can do to get you to play Dungeon Crawl? Can I play Dungeon Crawl?
I already played Dungeon Crawl.
No, can I play it and have you watch me as I play it on web tiles?
Shepard, I'm not into your fantasies.
What if I dress up like...
No.
What do I need to get you to do to love me?
I already do love you, but I don't love your love to
You don't love me like that. You don't love me enough to crawl in my dungeon. Is that what you're trying to say?
Anything for love, but I don't dungeon crawl.
Okay, it's really for the best that you don't play it because it can be a very upsetting game.
I know. Maybe after I got into some more into Broke and Doom RL, maybe at some point I will move on to the.
Have you beaten Doom RL yet?
I tried on the middle setting and I failed always.
Oh no! Don't do that.
Yeah, so I thought maybe doing an attempt on the easiest setting at some point.
Do the engineer and build towards the sniper perk.
I'm not listening to you. I'm going to figure out everything. You're going to spoil everything to me.
Well, I mean, that's just an easier way to play. You don't have to do it like that. You can do whatever you want.
Nexella,
Yes.
how do you feel about roguelikes?
I haven't played that many. I think the only ones I've played are the Pokemon ones.
Did you like the Pokemon ones?
Yeah, talk about those, Nexella, because I don't know anything about them.
This is turning to a roguelike podcast.
This is my dream,
standard.
by the way, Krystian.
Uh-oh.
They're pretty standard roguelikes, and the main story is pretty easy, but then, like, the post-story stuff, they have really difficult dungeons.
Can you change your main Pokemon? You start as like a Psyduck, right? But you can change?
Wait a minute, so you are a Pokemon in this game?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're a Pokemon, and there's like a quiz at the beginning that determines which Pokemon you are, and there's like a small pool of which ones you can be. And you also get a teammate, and so it's you and your teammate, and you go exploring. And when you explore, it's just like any other roguelike, except all the monsters are replaced with Pokemon, and you can also recruit them. And if you recruit them, you get like a small party of Pokemon, and it varies based on the size of the thing. So like you can have a couple of small guys, or you can have like two really big guys, and yeah.
Can you change your own personal Pokemon, or you just like switch out with the other ones?
After you beat the main story, you get the option of choosing to switch out your main guy.
Can you do it as much as you want, or only once?
You can do it as much as you want.
Next, start the quest.
Hold on.
He's too busy discussing Pokemons.
Pokemon. To be honest, I think Pokemons are a very, very good game.
Yeah, I mean it's gone full circle. It was for like kids that had strategic depth, and then I think it got to be a little too kiddie, and now from what I understand, it's super strategic. Maybe it's always been that way. I don't know.
Do you know where Pokemons come from?
Bugs.
Yes.
Pockets.
So how does it work, Nexella? The thing with the bugs.
The creator, he was like into collecting bugs, and so he wanted to create a game based on that. And eventually it turned into collecting monsters instead of bugs.
Yeah, apparently that's a kind of thing to do for Japanese, at least for Japanese kids, like in during holidays and stuff like that. They walk around on like, I don't know, in the grass and find like stag beetles, capture them, and then they make the stag beetles fight each other.
That does sound pretty awesome. Not really gonna lie about that.
Yeah, and that's kind of like a thing, and you have to kind of know the beetles themselves. You know, they're different, maybe species and stuff like that. Some of them are more aggressive than others, and he kind of used to do this as a kid, and he wanted to kind of capture this idea, but with not something like a beetle, but maybe something more, nicer.
Giant beetle.
Well, there's a giant beetle as well, but generally something nicer looking.
Electric mouse.
Dragon.
Yeah. Or a mouse that is electric.
A bat with a really big mouth.
Are we really fighting a Plesioth now? Oh man.
That's the power of love.
There was a double Plesioth quest that I didn't choose. I could have chosen it.
We could have fought 2 Plesioths.
Oh,
Yay! Triple check.
it's okay. I got my level 3 charge off.
That's all that matters. It's all about you, isn't it?
Never.
You and
Yes,
your big
of course.
spiked bat.
What about it? It's a giant spike bat. How can you not like?
Did he get you too? Because you were like definitely behind him.
Oh, he tripped me first, so I didn't get hit by the hit
invincibility.
check.
Nice. I like it when he puts you to sleep when he flies over you. Is that only the green one, or will the normal one do that too, you think?
I think it's only the green one, but I'm not sure.
It could be the other one, I can't remember. Such a weird monster. What were they thinking of when they were like made this guy? Like, I want to hear the design discussion. He needs to be large, green.
Do you think the Monster Hunter team has design discussions?
No, I think they just do a ton of drugs and sake, and then something happens at the end.
I think they're designing the monsters kind of little. You know the love dice where it's like suck on eyeball. You know when one dice has like different body parts and the other dice has different verbs.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the design monster is kind of like this. Looks like fish puts people to sleep.
Fish, sleep.
Slime, green.
Slime mohawk.
Mud, armored.
Mud bowl. Thunderball.
What?
Ice monkey.
Completely. What?
Bird sound.
Bird fire.
Bird fire sound.
Bird fire sound. Christian, we should make that and like market it to other game developers because like money.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's a good idea. We should like monster creation dice.
Fish hatred.
That's definitely the.
This is a fish you're really gonna hate.
Yeah.
Fish hatred.
Look at it. I even hate like. Look, he was on the floor. That wasn't even on the floor. He was like just. He's
flopping.
He's not.
Fish hips.
That wasn't even flopping. When a fish is flopping, he kind of stays there. For a while because the
But
fish.
he has legs, so it's okay.
It's not a fish then, I guess, huh?
It's a
monkey
walking
butts.
fish.
Maybe it's a mermaid.
Guys, I can do this all night.
The depictions of mermaids have been greatly exaggerated.
This is Ariel.
Oh, this is such an ugly mermaid. That thing's got a lot of life.
Maybe that's why she puts us to sleep.
No. God, like you're never satisfied, Plesioth. Just die.
Oh gosh,
Oh hey, it's a gun drum.
Certainly a lot more mohawks than the Japanese version of this than the Frontier.
So guys, have you ever played anything else during this week?
I started playing Dungeon Defender.
Ah, yeah. So how is it? How does that work out?
It's pretty entertaining. It's a tower defense game.
It's a tower defense from first person point of view, kind of.
Third person and first person. I think.
Is it like a tower defense or is it more like a League of Legends thing?
I've never played League of Legends, so I don't know. But it's pretty tower defense like, except you have like a person you can control.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like a phase where you'll build stuff, and then after that there'll be a combat phase where things will start coming out in waves.
Okay.
You can switch out your character before the wave starts, Krystian. There are certain reasons why you wouldn't want to do that, but you can specifically make characters that are designed for combat and certain ones that are designed exclusively for making towers.
Yep.
They correct for that a little bit by making your towers weaker if the character that built them isn't there. But the option's still around in case you're soloing the game, and no matter what you're going to do, you're still going to want to have maxed out towers or something like that. It's been a while since I played. From when I was playing, there was a lot of power creep. Like rapid power creep. What the heck
I was killed by the Gendrome.
What is it even?
Was it a Gendrome?
It was a Gendrome.
Oh, this is so awkward. This is so awkward. Well, it's a high rank Gendrome and I don't have high rank armor. Why are you guys doing this to me?
Yes, but it's still a Gendrome.
I got killed by a Velocidrome, a hardcore Velocidrome once.
See?
Yeah, but hardcore Velocidrome is scary.
He's got a hit that kills you instantly.
What's a hardcore Velocity?
It's in
When
Frontier.
he jumps, he can make earthquakes.
Oh, he makes an earthquake like almost every single time.
Wow.
There's no joke. And he's got his little tail whip will kill you instantly.
Kind of like your mom.
Oh!
Oh, snap.
My mother shakes her tail, everyone dies. Is that what you're trying to say? How dare you? My mother's a saint.
Never dance with your mother.
Yeah, she'll take you out.
Have you ever danced with your mother in pale moonlight?
What the hell?
Why is it still not dead? Nexella,
I'm hitting it.
you have
I don't know how
you
to
have to
great
avenge
sword.
my dad.
You have to avenge. He's avenging his death of previous comrades because you have his weapon.
Yeah, I know, seriously.
No, I don't. Oh, yeah, I do.
You monster.
He may be attracted
Oh.
by it. Maybe he
He
wants to
sucked
mate
you.
with it.
He wants to mate with your Gendrome sword. That's looking pretty good, Krystian. Why don't you slap me across the face with it? Yeah!
I'm gonna
Oh,
rub
God.
my juicy parts with it.
It's Gendrome time.
Oh,
terrifying.
bonk, bonk. Bonk, 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 bonk,
I'm gonna leave you
Don't you-
shaking in your boots.
bonk, bonk, bonk.
Feel that tingle down your pants?
Oh, he's still here. Oh my gosh.
Gendrome.
Gendrome. Oh, he's dead. Finally, we can carve him. We can carve him. Let's carve him.
I got his tail.
Good old Monster Hunter style. What is this? What is this? There's something flying around.
It's a lightning bug.
Oh jeez.
Kill it. There you.
This Magic Wonderland keeps me guessing.
I hate bugs in this game.
Yeah, bugs are always annoying. Wait a minute, is a crab a bug?
No,
No.
but they're all arthropods.
Oh wow, so there are kind of like they have a common family ancestor,
Sort of.
like in Game of Thrones.
Bug life. Get all over my
Speaking of-
shells.
Speaking of bugs, somebody asked how you mentioned how you'd like more bugs in the game. They want
Yes.
to know what kind of bugs.
Ah, pillbox.
The
Well,
bugs.
That's kind of
We've got one already in what is
403.
that? Yeah, what is his name?
Rangaratora.
Yeah, Rangaratora. We've got one
Oh yeah,
there.
yeah, and Oregon is also a little bit like this.
Yeah.
I'd like to see like a centipede. That
Oh,
would be really scary.
okay, yeah, I see. see what you
I know
got
we've got a monkey spider, but I'd like to see a more spider.
there. Like crawling.
Yeah,
Oh, have you seen the new crab?
no,
Frontier?
I haven't fought him yet. I don't know. He was a reward for if you won a guild contest, you'd be able to fight him early. We lost.
Oh,
The guild is sometimes referred to as fail whip.
I saw some videos and he's actually pretty fun looking.
Oh yeah, parts are breaking off him. He gets more powerful as the fight goes on, right?
He has a third form.
No, I haven't seen his third form.
There's like the mud form, and then the no mud form, and then there's a third final form that's pretty cool and unique.
Does he start glowing, or what does he do? Does he rip
turns
his
into
arms
a-
off?
Basically, the shell comes off, like the orange shell, and he becomes a glowing blue electric crab, and he's really fast.
Ooh.
Oh.
Like he'll dig around the area and turn into a drill.
Drill?
A drill.
A drill. Is it like a drell in Mass Effect?
I don't know what that is.
Okay, never mind. It probably isn't. What about a butterfly? What if the centipede turns into the butterfly?
That'd be okay. As long as it stayed close to the ground. I hate flying things that fly so high that you can't hit them.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Actually, do you know Metroid Prime 2?
Uh-huh.
I
never played that. I only played the first one.
Oh,
there was a really good area boss, and it was basically a bug, and it first starts out as a larva, and as you progress through, there's like a point where it turns into a cocoon, and then it emerges as a giant wasp out of it.
Oh, that's so scary.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm really scared. I do not want a hornet or a wasp because those things scare me.
You don't like...
Ooh, I don't like them. I don't have a...
is?
Huh.
Well, they're little.
What about
I mean, I don't have a... it's still... I mean, Queen Vespa is so easy, so she doesn't really scare me. But, I mean, I don't have a phobia of them, but man, like... I was going to my attic, like, a year ago, and they must have had a hive or something, because, like, a single drone descended from the ceiling and just, like, was staring at me. And I screamed. The girliest scream you ever heard. It was like... And I turned around and I ran. Like, I don't even know. I think I was going in there to get a cable. No, I'm like, you guys can have it. Take it as an offering from Shepherd. Take it to your queen as a peace offering, because I do not want to go in there ever again.
Oh.
That's okay. No wasps. How about... I have two ideas. Cockroaches?
Okay. Like they fast and they scuttle. Maybe like a couple of them. Like there's 3 of them.
Or how about when you cut off pieces of them, they still continue going. Like you can maybe.
Ooh.
You know, that would be really creepy. You know, like cutting off the head and then you can carve the head, but then the thing still keeps going. And
I would like to see more locational dismemberment.
yeah, not just tails, but other things as well.
I wouldn't mind seeing that. I mean, of course, there's some limitations for at least the engine that Frontier is running on. I don't know if it would be able to handle that, but going forward, why not?
About a praying mantis, and you can cut off the arms.
That's such a great idea. Yeah, praying mantis is such a great looking bug, I think.
Yeah.
I saw one once when I was young. You know, they're like Connecticut's state insect, I think.
Connecticut state what?
Yeah, the state I live in. I think they're the state insect.
Oh, your state has an insect?
I think so. I think it's the praying mantis. I could be terribly wrong. But I remember seeing one. I'm like, wow, you look awesome, praying mantis. And I walked away. I mean, I wouldn't hurt it because I knew he was the state insect.
How about an antlion?
Okay, yeah, I can.
And it's like you fight it in a specific arena.
Yeah, and then you have to, maybe it kind of like you have to catch his like, I don't know, maybe his like tongue or something that he puts, or like pincers. He tries to grab you, and then you have to kind of dodge, and then they get stuck, and then you have to hit him or something.
Ooh, and he could do like a Yamatsukami inhale attack.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like he'd make a giant sand whirlpool.
Yeah.
What about like these water spiders that walk on the water surface?
And then it'll be like Freedom Unite with Plesioth, and it'll just skitter away, and you can't do anything about it.
And he's sitting there watching it dancing in the water.
Maybe you can climb on top of it or something, and then it will just...
Don't say that. There's people in the community that hate the idea of climbing on monsters.
Why? What's the problem with that?
Haters?
A specific trailer that is just a teaser.
Oh, okay, I see the problem. Mm-hmm.
Haters gonna hate.
Quite frankly,
honestly,
I think people are like drawing too much out of it. It's just a teaser.
Yeah.
It was something they made up. Like it was a long night of love dice. You know, they kept throwing the the evil fish one, and they said, you know what? We're gonna let you jump on a Rathalos and stab it.
Okay, I see. The Love Dice have spoken, and they just made a trailer out of it, and it's.
I think it'll probably be baseless speculation time. They'll probably make a port for the Wii U or something. I mean, that's something they tend to do, anyways.
Yeah.
If it'll make them money in Japan, they'll do it over there. Is the Wii U region locked? Almost definitely.
Well, we don't really know anything about the Wii U, but I would assume yes.
Almost definitely. Okay.
There's no reason what to. Was there any Nintendo console that wasn't region locked?
The DS?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yes, totally.
I would assume the Game Boys?
Yeah, that they could be. Not really sure.
Think they were.
The Super Nintendo, if you had a pair of pliers?
No, it wasn't. No, it
Yes.
wasn't.
Yeah.
No. Because
Yeah.
no. It was totally not region free because the PAL version and the.
Well, that's a physical limitation, but between the Nintendo for the United States and Japan, it could be region free.
Nobody cares about those. They are both NTSC.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Oh,
I just said it. I just said it.
You know, I hate to say it, bro, but I mean, all those games you played as a kid, they weren't really converted. They were just slowed down. Sorry, dude. Your Sonic was a little bit slower than my Sonic. Deal with it.
Blast processing.
Your 50 hertz Sonic is a slow down 60 hertz Sonic.
See, I never played Sonic. Well, I did play Sonic, but I never had owned a Sega system. The first Sega system I owned was my first console I bought, but it was the Sega Dreamcast.
Rest in peace.
The best,
I
one of the
got
best
a
consoles
Dreamcast
ever.
rolling around in the trunk of my car.
I have a Dreamcast actually attached to my TV right now. It would take me 5 seconds to start a Dreamcast game.
I'd like to send you a game.
Which one?
It's not a very good game, but I think it sounds funny. It's called Egg Elemental Gimmick Gear.
Wow, that's a crazy name. I thought you would say Seaman.
No, yeah, we know all about semen. Clearly. It's a really weird game. I don't even know how to describe it. You play a robot. You're in a weird
You
dungeon.
had me at robot.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll talk about it later. I'll do a little demonstration of Egg at some point on this podcast.
You should make a let's play maybe.
No, I won't do that. Not for that. It's super weird.
All right, guys. I think we should wrap this podcast up. How about that?
Okay, like a Christmas present.
Yes.
How about,
we are
how
going.
about one more question?
Okay, one more question then.
Okay, it's from Icicle from the Casual Hunters.
Oh, nice.
And he wants us to tell him what our 3 favorite armor skills are.
3 favorite armor skills.
Yes.
Ooh.
I don't want to be boring. I don't want to be that boring guy. Horn?
Why?
I like horn.
Horn?
Yeah, I can keep my songs on for an extra minute.
Oh, okay.
That's helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Oxygen up,
Come on!
so I can toot my horn a little bit longer.
Oh, come on! You're just joking right now.
I don't. Focus is awesome, and so is critical draw.
Yeah.
Like great sorting, the hell out of things is the manliest thing you could do in Monster Hunter. And then also adrenaline +2. All of those things together.
Oh. How about you, Krystian?
I'm not that big into armor skills. I would probably say something.
Oh my god!
I'm sorry. I just said it.
my
I just said
God!
it. I'm just collecting armors. Okay. I just don't care what kind of skills they have. But the thing I'm really always struggling with when I'm fighting monsters like wind. I hate
Wind resist? Okay.
Yeah, so I would say wind resist maybe, and then maybe like sharpness
Okay.
and attack plus. I'm sorry, I'm really boring about this. Yeah.
Oh. I would probably say I like Dung Master.
Huh?
Like, back whenever we played Try, I would always get super excited whenever I got Feline Dung Master.
Wait, what does Dung Master do again?
It makes your dung bombs more effective.
Do you use dung bungs often?
Sometimes.
In real life as
Never
well?
Not. Oh, in real life.
Are you a dung master, Nixella?
You don't want to cross Noxella on that campus. I mean, they've got signs of him up everywhere. Like, if you see this guy, get your tarp and your sneakers and start running.
Sometimes it's not even my own.
Oh gosh!
I found this guy's dung. I mean, what else am I going to do with it but throw it at someone?
I went to the toilet and got some new dung from a dung bung.
What else are you gonna do with it?
Sure.
Dispose of it? Just not throw it at people or
Fertilizing
objects
garden.
or animals?
Well, my other two favorite skills might be barbecue and eating.
Well, that's something I can get behind.
Dungmaster, barbecue, and eating.
That's you've covered the entire cycle there, didn't you?
That is the cycle of life.
The cycle of life: barbecue, eat, dung.
Yep.
Wait, in that order. Please do not mix up that order.
Okay, please don't.
Dung, barbecue, eat.
And
Eating dung barbecue.
It's not really,
Ew!
it's not really a cycle anyway. It's more like an arc, okay?
It's tasty.
Oh gosh, why did we create these mental images? I need to get them all.
What if one of those insect bosses was a dung beetle?
Oh, that's good. That would be awesome, actually. I think that's a
And
good
then
idea.
when you carve him, you get poop.
And then
And the armor smells.
no, that would that would be really awesome. Then you could get like this ball, and then you would roll this ball, and when you get rolled over by the ball, then you get like the stinking status. Yeah, that would be a good idea. I think that would work.
Well, now that the monsters eat you, that could be like an actual skill, like dung status. Like things try to eat you, and then they immediately recoil as if they're hit by a dung bomb.
They can eat you now.
Well, yeah, like like what Devil Joe does. Yeah. They jump up
Yeah. Sure. All right, guys. So let us put up the contact information for the podcast right now. Somebody needs to make a sound.
I snap my fingers.
Okay. Now snap the fingers to make it go away. All right.
Was that loud enough?
Yeah,
that was the other hand.
That was certainly loud enough. So you can contact us there and send us email questions. Sadly, we are not really answering so many questions in recent times, but we are going to improve, I swear.
Roll it. You've still got a better chance than winning the lottery.
Definitely.
Or probably being struck by lightning. But I mean, I never understood that statistic. Like, you want to get struck by lightning, you can find a way to make it happen. Run out in the middle of a thunderstorm with like a big metal pole on your head.
Yeah, I wonder, how does it work? Do they just take every person and like you not really go out of the house and get randomly struck by lightning? You kind of see it coming, right?
Yeah, if you're sitting in your bedroom and there's a thunderstorm out, like your chances of getting struck by lightning are basically zero.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're outside like climbing a tree and you're like your tinfoil suit, suddenly your chances change drastically. Like much different, I don't know. It seems like a very odd scenario. Like those people that get struck by lightning should just be inside. Like don't be out there in a thunderstorm.
That sounds like the chance of being eaten by a lion. It's not like lions are crawling the
yeah,
streets.
they're not like you just you go to the grocery store and it's like, oh no, I forgot it was the lion day. And then a lion eats you, jumps out of the milk aisle. Oh, how does this happen every single time? Yeah, you gotta be
accepted.
You gotta be the idiot that climbs into the lion cage or be a zookeeper.
Right.
That's numbers for you. We should do an entire series on that, guys. Just going over all those things people use as examples for things that never happened. Like chances of getting eaten by a shark. Pretty good if you're off the coast of a shark-infested waters. Not so good if you're in a swimming pool. It will never happen. It will never happen unless somebody throws a shark into your swimming pool.
Well, that would be awesome, actually.
In which case,
it'll die of chlorine poisoning.
Yeah, that would probably
pretty quickly.
But what if you have a saltwater pool? Does something like this exist even?
I think that would be really well. Maybe if it had just enough salt, it would be okay.
They have them on cruise ships.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
The pools are filled with salt water. I'm not sure. I know there's an explanation, but I don't remember what it is.
It's probably easier to refill the water if somebody like Noxella throws dung into it.
That makes sense. Shepard, you have been on a cruise ship, right?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Was the water salty?
I can't say that I sampled what the pool water tasted like.
Maybe for the better. Who knows?
Yeah, next time I'll bring us all back a bottle of cruise water, and we can all take a little sample of it. Oh, I could not think of a worse thing to consume than cruise pool water.
We're gonna get on top of this. We're gonna consume some. We're gonna test some cruise ship pool water, and we'll let you know how this turned out.
Noxella drinks the first gallon.
Delicious.
This is the preview for the next time. We wish you good luck, a good hunt, and to remember, in a city pressure. In a city pressure.
Huh?
You don't know the Concourse?
No.
Do they drink pool water too?
No, they have an interstate pressure, and they're playing synthesizers.
Oh, should I be playing a synthesizer right now?
Maybe.
You're
not?
When did those synthesizers go out of style?
They shouldn't have. They never went away. They were always there waiting for us, and now we can rediscover them and embrace them.
Yeah, I mean what was our band name going to be?
Fuzzy beards?
Yeah,
Fluffy beards.
Woolly neck beards.
Woolly neck beards. And playing synthesizers.
We'll both have synthesizers. You'll have synthesizer drums, like you hit them and it makes synthesizer noises, and I'll have a synthesizer like accordion, and that'll just be our band, and we'll have our woolly neck beards.
Wait, we want woolly chin straps.
Woolly chin straps. I'm sorry, woolly neck beards. That's the something awful version of the band.